My name is Sekeyian Letura and I'm 25 years old. I grew up in a typical Maasai family, a family of 10 children. I'm the 7th born. I was one of the lucky girls in my village to go to school. One day we were just herding cattle around the homestead when a group of tourists came around. I guess they were from an international organization. They were looking for people who could count to 10. I could count to 10. That is how I got the chance to go to school. Though my mother was really against my going to school because she had a little baby at that time. I was the one taking care of the baby. I was 6 years old. I was the one taking care of the baby. My brother took care of the animals. So I actually, my primary school, I studied for like 4 or 5 years, not the 8 years, because my mother would pull me out of school whenever she had a baby so that I took care of the baby. Until when I was in class 6, the teachers thought that they should push me through school so that my mother does not marry me off, as there were rumors that my mother was planning a marriage for me. In class 8, when we had finished the national exam, I was to be cut and married off, but unfortunately our manyata burnt down, so I had to stay with a friend. And sometimes I think that was my saving grace. On the day when I was to be taken to the village to be cut, I had decided, because I had undergone classes on FGM, how FGM is bad. I had also witnessed a case. I had seen it firsthand, someone undergoing FGM, and it was horror. So I had said, it's not me, it's not going to be me. So when I ran away from home, I moved from one homestead to another. I didn't have a constant place to stay. The good thing is that I had good marks and I got into high school when I ran away from FGM. The part I didn't say is that is my parents had already taken dowry from someone. They had already taken dowry. It was almost a friendly exchange between my father and his friend. My father's friend had a son. At that time he was 26 years and he had no wife. So they had identified me as the target for the wife. But because I ran away from FGM, my little sister, who was 11 then, was cut and was married 3 months later. Right now my sister is 23. She has 2 children, one 10 and another 4 years. The relationship with my parents for the past, let's say, 12 years, because I was 13 then, hasn't been good. There is real trauma when you have not undergone FGM. There's real depression. Like, I was amongst the first girls to refuse FGM. So I was an outcast, literally. I wouldn't go to any market in my village. I wouldn't be friends with peers. So I struggled with that. Sometimes my mother would make fun of me, that I'm a girl, that I am not capable of anything, because they have been made to believe that to be a woman in my community, you must be cut. She would say that nobody will marry you, and if you give birth, do not bring your children to my house. But I was a bright girl. I got through high school, got good grades, and I went to university. And right now, I support my mother. I love my mother. And I'm just a living testimony that anyone can make it. And a woman is just a woman, and you don't have to be cut to be a woman. Safe places are important and are necessary everywhere, whether for boys or girls. If I had a safe place at that time, I probably wouldn't have gone through the trauma I went through, because the constant moving from one house to another, the house that will accommodate you at that time, you experience things. Like at one homestead, I will be left alone with bigger boys, and I was 13. And sometimes the boys will try things on me, but So sometimes I hate to lock myself in the house the entire day until the owner of the house comes, because if I let myself loose, there are the big boys there. So I think rescue centers are good, because when you're in a rescue center, there are girls who have gone through the same things as you. There are girls who have escaped the same things as you. That's where you get friends. That's where you get people you connect with, people who understand what you've been through. That will even give you the motivation and the morale to go through life in whatever capacity. In my community, mostly, being born a girl is okay. Being born a boy is a privilege, because you are considered powerful. You are considered superior. You will inherit land. You will inherit cattle. They'll even get you a wife. But if you are a girl, you have to fight for your space. You have to work through your childhood. You have to take care of your mother's children. You have to take care of your brothers. You have to take care of the animals. You have to take care of the house. And sometimes that actually denies the girls the opportunity to reach their full potential. Because at the end of the day, if you go home, you have to slave. Unlike the boy who, at the end of the day, just goes home, maybe plays for a few minutes, he can go and read. And for a girl, you have to ensure that so many things are done before you can go back to your books. Sometimes you don't even have the energy to go back to your books at the end of the day. Also, in a community like mine, where you have no voice, as a woman, you can't decide for yourself. You can't make choices. You can't make sexual choices. You can't make husband choices. You're bound to a certain tradition, or you're supposed to do what they want you to do.